Greetings, fellow community members. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: The Boundless Witch. Episode 47. The Toxic Forest Turns Off the Lights. So I think what's happening here is like a lot of the warning tasks weren't getting attended to because we were just like hauling and busy. So let's go force feed these to prisoners and... Yeah, Foxy joined as a colonist and then are arrested. But the thing is, like, even when you arrest, it should then... It should recognize that then they're a prisoner. But Foxy's having mental breaks as if they're not a prisoner, which is very strange. Foxy's had 2 mental breaks that weren't prisoner-based. Sadistic rage is not something I think prisoners can get. So that's why I commented on it. It's just odd. What animals... I guess what I don't understand is, like, how there was an empty cloth bed, presumably for Turtle Sandwich, and then Turtle Sandwich still died of the plague. Yeah, I mean, I think at that point it could have been just, like, the training regimen that Turtle Sandwich went through was weird. Because Turtle Sandwich was one of those weird ones where, like, they had hauling and combat tasks, but they didn't have the sentience for hauling. No, I don't know. Who knows? Since Fox is a colonist, could I just release them? I could, yes. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. It's not a bad call. They're full of problems, but sure. So now that Foxy has actually joined us, raffles up for the Foxy. And then Foxy, you are how old? 9? So you could be shoved in here with no consequences, I think, because you're young enough to not need your own bedroom. So here's your work permits. You are good at nothing. You're good at handling dead bodies, I guess. Nope, that's officially a barracks. Yeah, we're gonna need more bedrooms. I mean, I already knew that, so... Noted. And Fang, maybe what I'll do is put a temporary pause on this farm zone so that Fang can excavate some additional bedrooms, and it also looks like we're going to get some compacted steel in the in the process, which is not bad. Oh, am I? Oh, crap. No, don't do that. So I don't mind making chem fuel from fecal sludge, but I didn't want to make it from gross. Gross meaning like gross meat, because we're stockpiling the gross meat for like future ghouls. So yeah, we absolutely don't want to do that. So Fangface, I am going to set your mining over construction, and you will go make some more bedrooms. Hopefully. And then Foxy, I'm not going to have anyone be in bed rest right now so that you can go learn. Because your learning is pretty crucial. The other thing I wanted to do is, once we have, I could also turn this into a farm. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But, to get, like, proper bedding for all the animals, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line up the beds along the clean zone. So 3 new cloth beds to start. Are shamblers gone? They are. so let's open that back up. Thanks you for the rider. Pet Helling and avoid. I'm not going to worry about the close zone anymore. I don't even think I really need the tox-free zone or inside. So I'll get rid of that. Oh, look at you. You're already going. Sweet. Tended to a member. You're welcome. Witch at social 10. So once Witch gets ears again, she'll actually be able to do some good trade. She's been on, like, trade hiatus. Well, not hiatus, but, like, sucky bad at trade due to lack of ears. Eventually, we'll get back to fabrication sometime this century, maybe. And then we can make progress on that. Again, possibly. But it might be a while. First, she needs to do farming. So, Foxy, what's your name? Cyber-Eye? Okay. So, Cyber-Eye, you're going to take Foxy, and then I'll re-roll your animal. It's too bad you don't have an eye injury. Give me a reason to give you actual Cyber-Eye. And then the animal is named Sapo. Congrats. So I'm going to temporarily change the priority. It's going to go back to agriculture eventually. Build new bedrooms is going to be the current one for now. Just because we have a lot of morale problems within the colony, and people having their own bedrooms is going to help a lot. I think. I hope. God, that resistance is not moving at all. As far as the gutworms treatment goes, about 1/3 for Cyber-Eye. 2/3 for Scorp. And 2/3 for Joker. Oh, no, not Joker. Scorp. Wait, I thought we had 3 gutworms. Apparently I don't. Cyber-Eye be a pollution cleaner? I mean, they are set to clean, yeah. Already. Oh, the prisoner has gutworms. Yes, says. Says is at halfway, 50%. Okie doke. More progress necessary. Oh, don't fill it. Oh, well, too late. I'll just top this one up, and this will be the last process I do. Alright, then here, this won't have fecal sludge anymore. And we'll turn it into chem fuel. And in fact, let's just put the rest of the biosolids here, which was kind of near the farm. With the uninstalled composters, that's fine. Yeah, upgrade, pollution clear, a sequence of, like, hostile messages. Progress is, mightily slow. That's just how it is. I'm rolling with it as best as I can. The other thing I might do is have... I mean, Witch is by far the best at childcare, so removing her is like such a malice for the colony, especially given that she's like the orphanage director. How long do I have a second adult? Fangface is 16. Oh my lord. Terminal, Stickiest, Ancient Venom, Nobla. Okay. So let's go make some animal beds and then trigger them as like hospital beds so that we don't end up with like sick or dead animals. Oh, that's what's masterwork? Both of them are? Okay. Alright, so terminal. Up, Nobla, up. And Agent Venom. Up. There we go. Some proper beds. And then the only one I have to worry about is Stickiest. Who's got a bed, I think? Yeah. Okay, so they all have beds. Now, I guess we are about to have a heal root harvest, but yeah, my worry is that the heal rate ain't doing... Like, we're running low. We've had so many sicknesses and injuries. Stupid toxic forest full of cancer. If I don't let Witch do some growing and plant cutting... Oh, god damn it. You believe in... That's funny. He wants to go to space. His converted belief is the, like, shipborne. That's like, alright. You impid tribal, dreaming of the sky. That's not gonna happen, says. Different map tile. A lady named Hangman. What do you do? Oh, you're removing blocks. Dreaming of the sky. Sky's dead. You killed her? Yeah, actually, it was his raid that did it, didn't it? You're right about that. Well, back to conversion with Sezthane. Joy, oh joy. And I'm trying to give Witch as much time to farm as possible, as what is in the kitchen at the moment is down to just like basically nothing. So I'm gonna have the children here be responsible for hauling from farm to freezer. So you don't go bingo food. What are you doing? You're gonna have a mental break out there, aren't you? Draw Shamblers is now researched. So for Anomaly... Void Sculptures is what I'm going to do next, so that we can improve our ritual stuff. That makes the most sense to me. What are you doing out here? Just sky dreaming? It's midnight. You're 9. Go to sleep. So Witch is very inefficiently trying to build this, these walls, because she comes all the way out here and, like, does one wall and then runs back to do another task and then rinse and repeat forever. So I'm gonna need to, intervene and force some, some sense into this project. Which, might add, like, took a back seat to this one, anyway, because we want the bedrooms. So, you know what? I might just go ahead and forbid this for now, because it's relatively unimportant compared to trying to get bedrooms for the people that are constantly having mental breaks. Why? I forbid that. Did I not? I swear to God. I apparently I didn't, but that's freaking news to me. Okay. You say so. Who's been insulting you? Oh, Dragon Moon nuzzled you. I don't... Has Arune's been insulting you? Okay, that's not good. That's gonna cause some problems. Alright, this time, let's try to work drive Fangface again, and maybe he won't, like, go unconscious the minute he gets work driven. That's the hope. And we're getting some more bedrooms ready. Looking good. And that way we'll be able to break up the barracks so the people sleep happily. Taking a look at the flu of the creatures, they're all totally fine. Their immunities are well above their disease. Whoa, that tending was not very good, though, Witch. Okay, we have 0 vegetables in our kitchen. Like, actually none. Yeah, perpetual mood issues. It's a self-loop of, like, they're sad, which makes them sad. Because of the sad youngsters, and then they're gonna be stuck indoors a lot, and some of them are nudists, so they're in constraining clothing because we've, like, deep frozen the entire colony, and then at the moment, a lot of them have gut worms. Some of those initial gut worms are getting cleared, but the gut worms are causing pain, which cause more mood. So yeah, there's, like, a lot of feedback loops, and some of the things that, like, adults can do, like drinks and drugs, like, you know, children can't. So I'm stuck dealing with the bad moods with not a lot of effective ways to fight it. And I could just, like, meditate a bunch and then joy fuzz the crap out of the youngsters who, like, arguably do very little in terms of work but haul. So, like, maybe it's not a big deal that they're joy fuzzed, but, like, it feels like a very weird thing to do. Granted, Witch is a witch, so maybe it's not so weird. But just be like, oh yeah, you don't feel anything. I'm just, like, gonna hijack your brain. Is just, I don't know. It feels wrong to me. This Operation Bedrooms should help as well. This is weird. I can't tell her to do stuff. My mouse isn't working? What's going on? I can't right-click on this dresser. I don't know what to say. I had absolutely zero ability to build that thing for some reason. Alright, converted again. Number 2. Was it a zoning thing? No. I think it might have been an available resources thing. But it's weird that I didn't get like a prompt about that. Oh, look, progress. Alright, so Samurai is kicking himself out of that barracks. And then I'm going to have oops, just click Azrune do the same thing. Their rooms aren't nice much yet, but they'll get there. Joker. Oh, I also wanted to order them in age. So Scorpia, Azrune, I think, could share a room with... So Fangface, I'm going to have you move over here. This might work for bedrooms. Nope, that's still a... I think... Why is this a bedroom? Joker and Scorpia's bedroom and barracks. 12 and 8. And then we have 16. Maybe it's... Here, Samurai, you go over here. Okay, that works. I don't really know. I don't fully understand the rules, but okay, whatever. So we have a bedroom, 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 bedroom. They're all bedrooms now. More gray flesh. Given that all the gray flesh has been in the prison at this point, I am going to take a very safe guess to say Sez is probably the fleshy one. So Witch has finished analyzing, made progress, but needs more samples. So there's nothing to really be done just yet. The bursting was, they needed a toilet, yeah. That mood modifier. Easy to solve, just let them get to the can. Alright, we have, like, no food in the kitchen at the moment. We have a whole bunch of rice that's about to grow, but yeah, we need to focus on agriculture once this bedroom is done. And I'm mostly just doing this bedroom for the stone for the other bedrooms. So yeah, food is getting lean again. Also, a lot of it is the sick animals that are on the ground being force-fed and not grazing is a big drain on our resources as well. So it wasn't just the added mouths to feed, it was the sick animals that couldn't feed themselves anymore. Here we go, here's some rice harvest. This should help a bit. everybody behind the walls. The horse claw is not going to try to go after our animals, but even still, maybe I'll have our animals go to the ranch so they're not like opening doors. Oh, you're just going to get stabbed. Never mind, you're just dead. Rip. I only low-key take responsibility for that. So let's undo that. All right, pet hauling is back. And we are going to go everywhere but the corpses. Done. All right, the bedrooms are, they need some smoothing, but they're for the most part pretty decent now. They're all like decent quality. So I'm going to queue up the project over here again, and then I can also turn this into a farm as well. I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but like that really doesn't need to be an entryway anymore. So I'm going to create bridges around here to be able to support its terrain affordance. And because this doesn't really need to be like a deadfall corridor or anything like that anymore. We certainly don't need that. Gecko Bear, thank you for the resub. I'm going to sell one of the shuttle engines for big money. I'm going to buy flesh shaping because we have a lot of missing noses. And that's really expensive, but like, it's worth it because we have so many missing noses. Like, yeah. So, rough cost-wise, but I was saving up for being able to purchase something like that. Yeah, we don't need everyone looking like a Fallout ghoul. Ultimately, what as a consequence, if we allow that to be the norm, we end up in a situation where like a lot of people just like hate each other because they're disfigured. So if you take a look, it's like, oh yeah, you're, you know, minus 15 and minus 15. And instead, we could swing that to like a plus 15 or higher. Kind of reminds me of the surgeons that do like cleft palate surgeries for free. It's like no kid should have to deal with having a cleft palate. Let's be honest. So, Witch is trying to do something similar. I'm gonna close that door and then destroy the fences. So all of this building is going to be converted over into like farm, which means double walling it in because all of the Petra tree stuff needs to be replaced with a limestone cover. But that's a very reasonable spot to have a farm. I completely blanked as to that being a viable option, and I should have thought of that. And Fangface is nearly done with the witch's bedroom. Apart from the fact that, of course, it doesn't have flooring or anything. And then he'll work to excavate the rest. So we are close to starvation, I'm not gonna lie. We really don't have a lot of food, and I have to be very careful about that. So what I'm trying to do is have Witch, and maybe I'll do is like plant cut and grow as like a 1. So basically, if there's plant cut or grow tasks, that she is what she attends to. Oh, are you kidding? I almost have no food, and Cyber Eye is like, all right, I'm a binge. Kidding me. Ridiculous. So for now, I'll have Fangface be responsible for building up these walls. And then once the walls are in, we'll get all the petriwood mined out and turn this into a farm. What's the health status for everyone now? I mean, it's very much the same. Ah, a mechanitor compound. Not that, you know, we've been using mechs at all, but the possibility of another one in the future. So as far as health status goes, Witch has no ears, no nose, peg leg, no toe, with a shoulder scar. Uh-oh. Sky is dimming. Actually, it's not on our map. No, it's... I don't know what map tile this is on yet. I'm assuming it's going to be here at our home tile. Nothing like have a power outage, brownout during a event like this. I'm gonna turn off the things we don't need running, to try to limit our power usage. But we do rely pretty heavily on on solar, so that's not great. I could try to fabricate a little bit more components, or buy them or whatever, in order to try to supplement, but it's probably a bit late for that. I don't like this at all. So I'm going to create a new zone here in a moment. Oh, crap. Which... Just go to the bathroom, you idiot. He's like full to bursting and he just won't go to the bathroom. Create a new zone that only allows them to go where it is lit for their safety. Once it gets dark enough. I don't know if I can bring my power consumption down any lower. I might need to just invest in another chemgen. I'm trying to think of... So I'm going to turn off the bioferrite harvester and then turn on the electro harvester. And what I'll do is I'll destroy the door between the two platforms and to combine them. And then to put the electro harvester between the two for more power. Granted, Sight Stealers don't provide a lot of power, but it's better than nothing. What else can we turn off? I don't really want to turn off AC or radiators. And then lights, of course, are going to be very necessary. Because it's April-May, I'm going to turn off the sun lamp and then unroof the farm. Because we don't really need a grow light, and I think that will help out a lot. Darkness soon. So once the darkness hits, I'm going to have to schedule everyone to stay within a lit zone. Assuming that, like, they're not in a mental break type situation where they don't listen to me anymore. So I'm trying to get like whatever projects I can get done now done before I have virtually no no way to travel around my colony due to the darkness. Alright, so we just got a natural darkness. Pillars of jagged, oily metal are falling from the sky. They are terrible to look upon, but surely contain valuable technology. Reach them by building well-lit paths. Destroy them to end this nightmare. Alternatively, if you can survive long enough, the darkness will dissipate on its own. So we have the noctiliths. 1, 2, 3. And what I want to do is pause the game for a second and create a new zone called Lit. And we're only going to allow our colonists anywhere that has light. So pretty much everywhere inside the mountain is lit. This isn't lit. We could put a light in there, but I'm not going to bother right now. We don't spend enough time in this section of the hallway that it will matter. So this is lit. This is lit. And this is lit, and that's about it. That is where we can go. I'm going to put in another light, like a standing lamp here to light up the outside. But everyone now get to the lit zone, or you'll get stabbed. And for us to make this work... Oh, no. For us to make this work, we're going to need to either wait it out or... illuminate. Now, the animals are an exception. They are not going to require light like we do. They attack humans, but not pets. So there's at least that in our benefit. Alright, so the other issue is if... What I was trying to do there is create a... Maybe I'll put it here. I'm trying to create a path out to the northern farm that's lit, because we can't be cut off from our food source. So, that's going to be ultimately, for right now, more important than even... Yeah, that's, like, of utmost importance. So I have Witch here, just, like, moving... Oh, crap. Moving, lights around. So that I can ensure that, that we work in the light. I do have the Psi Focus for Solar Pinhole, and once I have the lights installed, I can start to meditate for that, yeah. And that will allow us to actively path to the Noctiliths. Not that, to be honest, I think we, as a colony, have the military prowess to be able to deal with metal horrors, if I'm honest. I don't think we could, probably, deal with them. Unless we... If I had vertical pulse... or something, maybe. But, like, probably can't deal with those. Because we're not going to be able to beat Noctils very easily. They're quite dangerous. Now, they are an advanced entity, which I would love to be able to capture. Not that we have, like, a facility for that at the moment. And what is your dignified or art? So, Psi Focus gain 82% on that throne. Alright, that's pretty good. How's our power levels? 2k excess? Okay. I can live with that. Which, it would be great if you meditated, but I think we're going to want some components, because if things break down, like chemgen or geothermal, like, we're screwed. So geothermal, please don't break. If you break, I'm going to have a mental break IRL. Thank you for tuning in to The Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel, and all the people that turned out to the marathon. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow orphans in the orphanage.